The only game to beat Starfield out in the month of September, the month after the official release of Starfield, is Fortnite, and is right behind it. And the question is Starfield, could it long-term be a Fortnite killer? And the answer is no, they're two different games. But could it be just as important to Xbox as Fortnite is? And I think the answer there is yes. 100% it could be. So first, let's take a look at the success. Let's look back to the success that is Starfield. Despite all of the controversy out there, despite, people really liking it, people not liking it, all the stuff on social media, you know what? All that's good. Ultimately, it's getting people to talk about Xbox, it's getting people to talk about, when was the last time there was this much discussion around a first-party title from Xbox? I can't think of one in my lifetime since Halo. Honestly, since the original Halo, since the Xbox 360 days, I cannot think of one. So I can't think of one in my lifetime. I just can't think of one in the last 2 decades, honestly. So quick recap. Starfield obviously has had a ton of success. It's Bethesda's all-time biggest launch title, and think about that when you put it, that's compared to Fallout's, that's compared to Skyrim's. Absolutely huge. It's been a game changer for Xbox and Bethesda overall. I think it's this pivotal point in time in changing the talking points about Xbox. It's this pivot. It feels like this pivot where all of a sudden Game Pass was this, this is why it's valuable. This is the direction that Xbox is going. This is why they purchased Bethesda. And I think you're starting to see the writing's on the wall with Game Pass, and as far as it being successful and a viable business model. And a lot of that is due to Starfield and the blockbuster success that it's had up to this point. So we get so we know the launch is big. Are they able to maintain that over time, particularly if it's not that great of a game, as some are saying it's not, some are saying it is? It's really subjective at this point, especially, you have your passionate haters and your passionate lovers. Let's take a look. This is from Matt Piscatella. He posted the numbers from Circana, the player engagement tracker. He has them both for PlayStation and for Xbox, and here they are for Xbox right here. And you can see the number 1 game on it is Fortnite. The number 2 game is Starfield, though. And that's huge. To put that in perspective, the number 2 game on PlayStation is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which, by the way, is now a Microsoft game. How crazy is that? Mind blown. But the number 2 game here is Starfield. If there was this large drop-off of numbers as players played the game and people didn't like it in mass, this would have dropped not just to the second spot. This would have dropped maybe off the top 10 chart. That's what you see with these games that are all hype. All hype at launch. People find out, hey, I really don't like this, and they drop. That's not what's happening here with Starfield. Starfield has staying power. Starfield is what we thought it would be, in my opinion. I enjoyed it. I beat it. I have a friend who's still playing it and that has not beat the main story. And the way he's playing it and the things he's doing, he's collecting all these stuffed animals and putting them on his bed with his wife that he married in the game. And he was posting it yesterday on in a group chat. And it makes me want to go back. Like, I never did that. I need to go back and collect all these stuffed animals now. That's Bethesda's formula. Look at Skyrim. People are still playing Skyrim today because of that formula. So this is absolutely huge, and I think shows that over time. Now, the question, where will it be next month and the month after that? That's going to be a good question. But if they can maintain this pace in the most played games on Xbox, it's huge. It means a lot. It means that Starfield is the game that Microsoft wanted it to be, that Xbox wanted it to be on Game Pass. What makes this even bigger, if you look at all the other games here, so you've got Call of Duty right after it, then you've got Minecraft, Roblox, Payday, Rainbow Six, Apex, and Party Animals. All of those except for one, that'd be Grand Theft Auto Remastered, all of those are multiplayer games. And that's the nature of multiplayer games. Multiplayer games get more players because you don't just play it by yourself, you play it with a group of 4 friends that you have, so you're all playing together, versus a single player game, it's just you. So you got to convince your friends to play, and then you're isolated in this experience. This being a single player game is absolutely huge. This being just under Fortnite on this and above Call of Duty is giant. You're rivaling multiplayer titans like Fortnite and Call of Duty and Minecraft and Roblox, and you're just a single player experience. It's huge. It means a lot for Game Pass. It means that this talking point that PlayStation dominates the single player space. Maybe they don't anymore. Looks like Starfield has something to say about that, and I think it's huge for Xbox and huge for Game Pass going forward. Sorry. So let's take a look at the Fortnite perspective. Does this mean anything for Fortnite? Is the game's reign as the king of the Xbox finally showing cracks? The answer is no. Fortnite is so good at what they do. It's going to take a very, very special game. Maybe long term, a Grand Theft Auto Online, a Starfield, for instance, depending on how this game is supported, what is done with it long term. Maybe long term, you could see that. But Fortnite is a behemoth. Yeah, it's not going anywhere for sure anytime soon. And it doesn't need to. I mean, really, I think that Xbox having Starfield in that number 2 spot here in month 2 is huge because, again, why is it huge? Because if the game wasn't that great, there's a big drop off. Look at Cyberpunk numbers, for instance. Look at, I don't know, name a game where it was all hype and didn't end up being real. So Fortnite's not going anywhere for sure, but this does bode well for Microsoft and Microsoft's master plan. For instance, now let's look at all the Xbox owned game on this list. First, let's go up to the PlayStation. So let's look at top 10 PlayStation games. You've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 at number 2. Now an Xbox title. You've got Minecraft. Minecraft is an Xbox first party game. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now, also an Xbox title. You've got 3 games in their top 10 that are actually Xbox titles there on PlayStation. That's big. On Xbox's game, you've obviously got Starfield, Fortnite's number 1. You've got then number 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Very good. You've got Minecraft. Very good. That's an Xbox. So 2 Xbox games. You've got not Party Animals. Oh, interesting. Party Animals on there. Fascinating. So you've got Call of Duty and Minecraft, really. Xbox-owned titles. That's huge. So 3 of their top 10, same as PlayStation, are Xbox titles. And it's actually 3 of your top 5, which is really huge. The other thing, though, is number 10, Party Animals from Source Technology or Publisher Source Technology. That's in the top 10. That's on Game Pass. Is that on Game Pass because of... Or is that in the top 10 because it is on Game Pass? It shows you the power of Game Pass right there. So you can see Microsoft's master plan going forward, owning these studios now. And how big will it be? You've got an entire PlayStation audience that just became the Xbox audience. Here's what I mean by that. Call of Duty, obviously they're an Xbox audience if they're buying now your game on another system, similar to what Minecraft is doing, right? But Minecraft is free to play and then there's add-ons. You make money that way. But now imagine the power that you have to tempt someone that plays Call of Duty into Game Pass. Hey, you play Call of Duty for $59.99 or $69.99 over on PlayStation? $16.99 gets you it on the Game Pass plus this entire library of games. Come play it over here. How don't you just naturally get those people to Game Pass? How do you not peel off a huge chunk? Not that these guys are going to give up their PlayStation, of course not. But Xbox doesn't need you to give up your PlayStation. Once again, Xbox is not in competition with hardware. Xbox says just subscribe to our Game Pass. You got a PC, subscribe to it, or buy this super cheap Series S. But you can see how it's going to be curious to see how many Call of Duty hardcore players peel off to Game Pass. A large portion of those hardcore players are on PC. Game Pass is on PC. Why not have that as a benefit? It seems like an easy sell. Let's see if Microsoft is able to do it. But you can see again the master plan there for Xbox, absolutely huge. So when we come back to Starfield here, just to wrap this up, being in that number 2 spot, will they be able to maintain this momentum going into the following months? Right. So beyond October here. This is the numbers for September. What does this look like in October? Well, honestly, it's going to matter on future DLC. We do know that official DLC is coming that's called Shattered Space. We don't know a timeline on that. If we look back at past Bethesda games, usually it's within 3 to 6 months that the DLC is dropped. So probably here around December, maybe January, we're getting something. Does that bump it back up? Does that keep it on the playlist here? The other question here is the Creation Club that is there. What is being created on the Creation Club? Is there anything big that is able to keep this up in the same way that Grand Theft Auto Online, with their constant activities happening all the time, is able to keep players in that game and engaged in the same way that Skyrim has been able to maintain its success over a long period of time. I mean, over a decade or more with the Creators Club and with mods and stuff coming to it. That we do know that most likely we're going to get an outpost building expansion similar to what the Fallout series gets in the past, where you can add on to to the base creation tools that come with that. So we'll probably see something there with outposts. The official Shattered Space DLC, depending what that does it do anything with the NG Plus? Yeah, NG Plus, the way that they did NG Plus in Starfield is super cool. So if the DLC ties into that at all, it's going to be very, very interesting. And are you able to get people who completed the game, who did a little bit of NG Plus, back into it that way? And I think the future is bright. The next 3 to 6 months is super bright for Starfield. I think they're going to be able to maintain this pace. I really do. I think they're going to be in the top 10 on Xbox. Absolutely. I don't see them falling off. I think we would have seen a bigger drop from month 1 to month 2 if indeed Starfield was not the game that we expected. If players weren't having a fun time, if they were not sucked into it. So yeah, I think the future is bright for Starfield. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see. We'll do a follow-up video over the coming months as this data comes out and see where it's at. What do you guys think though? Am I right? Am I wrong? Can Starfield maintain this momentum? Do you think Starfield is a Fortnite killer? For the record, I do not. But maybe you do. Maybe there's a reason that I'm missing. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you think they're able to maintain this. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. If you like this kind of content, if you like Xbox content, news, opinions, thoughts, this is what we drop daily videos Monday through Friday. This is what we're all about right here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.